Love is war, the biology of intimacy. What if the battles we fight in love aren't just in our heads? What if the mind games, the psychological standoffs, and the desperate schemes to get a confession are actually hardwired into our biology? Today, we're decoding the romantic warfare of Kaguya-sama to uncover the surprising science behind our own relationships. The story of Kaguya Shinomiya and Miyuki Shirogane is a masterclass in comedic tension. We have two certified geniuses, both totally in love, but they're convinced that whoever confesses first loses. This elaborate war they're waging isn't just a clever anime plot. It's a perfect, if hilariously exaggerated, mirror of the biological and psychological forces that pull the strings in our own love lives. Whenever Kaguya and Shirogane are plotting against each other, their hearts race, their palms sweat, and they can't think about anything else. That isn't just romantic tension, it's a full-blown chemical storm in the brain. Think of early attraction as a potent energy drink mixed by your own body. The main ingredient is dopamine, the feel-good chemical. When Kaguya scores a tiny victory, that rush she feels is a dopamine hit. It's like a jolt of caffeine that makes her crave the next battle, the next chance to win, and it's the same chemical that makes a new crush feel so addictive. Working alongside dopamine is norepinephrine, which is like a laser pointer for your brain, creating intense focus. It's what can literally keep you up at night, obsessing over every little detail, just like Shirogane does while planning his next move. Here's a wild thought. Some researchers have noted that serotonin levels in people who are newly in love can dip, looking surprisingly similar to levels in people with obsessive-compulsive disorder. It's as if a switch flips in the brain, turning the obsession dial all the way up. Their brains have basically been hijacked. But a relationship can't survive on a chemical high forever. Once the initial thrill starts to fade, a deeper connection needs to take its place. This is where emotional intimacy comes in, and it's something our two heroes are terrible at. Emotional intimacy is built on trust and vulnerability, feeling safe enough to lower your shield, things that both Ice Princess Kaguya and the ever-insecure Shirogane actively run away from. See? This is the kind of deep dive subscribers get every time. If you're not subscribed, you're missing out on anime content that actually respects your intelligence. Hit subscribe right there and comment. For this next phase, we need to talk about the real power couple of hormones, oxytocin and vasopressin. Think of them as the construction crew for a lasting bond. Oxytocin is the architect, drawing up the blueprints for trust and closeness. Vasopressin is the foreman, laying the concrete foundation for long-term commitment. But here's a catch. Oxytocin isn't a simple love potion, it's more like a spotlight. In a safe context, it illuminates feelings of closeness. But in a tense situation, that same spotlight can amplify fear or defensiveness. Every time Kaguya and Shirogane pull back from a moment of real connection, they are literally firing their own hormonal construction crew. Their war is, in reality, a war against their own bonding instincts. It often takes an outside force, usually the chaotic and sweet Chika Fujiwara, to accidentally crash through their defenses. Her antics force them into vulnerable situations, creating the first small cracks in their armor where intimacy can finally start to grow. Then intimacy leads to. If you've ever felt like dating is a game of chess, hit that like and subscribe button and let us know in the comments. So, why treat love like a battlefield? Psychologically, their war is a massive defense mechanism. You can almost see it through the lens of the principle of least interest, which is like an emotional seesaw. The person who cares less, who leans back, holds all the power, while the person who cares more, who leans forward, is left on the ground. Kaguya and Shirogane are terrified of being the one left on the ground. This isn't just about pride. Kaguya's strict, sheltered upbringing made her adopt a cold persona as a suit of armor. Shirogane's deep-seated insecurity about his family's social standing fuels his obsessive need to be perfect and never show weakness. They see confessing love as an act of surrender. But what it really is an act of trust, the very foundation of emotional intimacy. Their elaborate mind games are like trying to learn to swim without ever getting in the pool. They are a deeply flawed strategy to get the reward of a relationship without ever taking the emotional leap of faith. The rewards of mind and body. The science of our emotions is fascinating and can be an incredible way to understand it. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss our next look into the psychology of your favorite characters.